Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jordan from eCod here. Today I'm going to talk about, is competitive Call of Duty 4 compatible for today's Call of Duty scene? Now, Call of Duty 4 is a very simple and very structured game compared to the newer games such as Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, where the movement system makes the game a bit less structured and a bit more chaotic and a bit more random, where players don't know where other players are coming from. They could be coming from a high wall run. They could be coming from a boost over a building. You really don't know what today. Call of Duty 4 is very structured, and I think it's the perfect FPS shooter game on console for esports, in my opinion, with a few bans and a few little tweaks that developers could easily do to make this the esports game that really explodes competitive Call of Duty. Because I think it has that simplicity that could make it a very good competitive game. Now, if we talk about the bans that I have to get rid of, we're talking about Frag times 3, we're talking about Martyrdom, we're talking about pretty much those two things, which basically the explosives in that game are very, very strong. Now, if players are limited to one grenade, it's not so bad, but having 3, it's pretty much a grenade spam, especially with how powerful stuns are in Call of Duty 4. The stun nading combo was very, very popular back in those days. So it's fine with one nade. The powerful of the grenades, it's fine with one nade. But 3 times nades cannot be used. The other thing is game modes. There's not very compatible game modes for competitive in Call of Duty 4. You're basically looking at sabotage, domination, search and destroy, and headquarters, which are the objective-based game modes. Now, sabotage and domination were used back when Call of Duty 4 was actually the competitive game being played on the scene. Now, those two game modes I do not think are very competitive. The game mode that I think has a lot of potential, which I think could easily be even better than Hardpoint and an upgraded Hardpoint, is Headquarters. How Headquarters, if you never played it, it's basically an upgraded Hardpoint, where if you capture the Hardpoint, you keep the Hardpoint until the other team takes it back from you, and you only get one life during that hard point. So I think this could be pretty much a mixture of search and destroy and hard point, where you could see great plays, like players going off, getting 6 pieces against the other team, defending the hard point, going big plays. I think it could work. Now, the only problem with hard point in Call of Duty 4 is that the hard point spawn in random locations. Now, that cannot work competitive because there has to be some sort of rotations, just like there are in Hardpoint, where players rotate to the next hill, take that anchor position, and basically hold down that next hill. Not knowing where the next headquarters is going to be pretty much ruins the game mode. If developers can figure out an option where there's not randomized headquarters and there's a structured way of where the headquarters go each time, I think it would work. The locations need to be structured in order for headquarters to work. And basically, they can get rid of Frag times 3, or basically make headquarters, I think, the perfect competitive game mode. Better than Hardpoint, better than CTF, better than S&D, better than Uplink. I think it would be the best competitive game mode if those headquarters are in a linear locations. Now, Search and Destroy in that game is pretty much flawless. It's my favorite Search and Destroy game. It is very structured. It's very strategic based because of how big stuns are. If you rush and you get stunned, there's pretty much a 60 to 70% chance you're going to get killed by either a grenade or the other team rushing you. You can not just rush like you can in Black Ops 3 and AW. You have to pretty much play back, play as a team, because of how strong stuns and nades are. You cannot just rush, because the good players will know where to grenade, know where to stun. And the lack of flak jacket, you pretty much are always prone to grenades. Nowadays, pretty much everyone runs flak jacket in esports, competitive esports, and I think it just ruins the game, honestly, because it takes grenades out of the game. Players can camp easier without grenades. So having pretty much players need to use stopping power and Juggernog. Those two things balance each other out. With no flak jacket, I could see Search and Destroy being very, very good, especially with the wide variety of guns that you can use, such as the M16, the MP5, the M40. M40 is a great sniper. I think it would be awesome to see great players like Attach, like Zuma, like Study, go off with the M40, because it's very, very balanced compared to other Call of Duties where the sniper is a little bit unpowerful. The M40 is very, very powerful and can hold up on its own with the M16, the MP5. You can also see a shotgun being used. Sometimes a shotgun's perfectly balanced. It's not too overpowered. Has the perfect amount of range. So Search and Destroy is perfect in that game. I think you could get around if the developers decide to make the hardcoders linear, not even in public matches, just in private match gameplay. I think you could see a best of 5 being Search and Destroy, Headquarters, Search and Destroy, Headquarters, Search and Destroy. And I think that would be the perfect competitive map set for teams to use. Let me know what you guys think about the possibility of competitive Call of Duty 4 being played. If you guys are going to play competitive Call of Duty 4, if you guys are even going to play Call of Duty 4 in general, let me guys know what you guys think in the comments section. Appreciate you guys watching the video. See you guys later.